So here we are starting where we left off. I'm going to go to my layers. My artboards are still open. And don't forget, your designs should be corresponding via layers and artboards. Design 1, Design 2, Design 3, Design 4. Artboard 1, Artboard 2, Artboard 3, and in artboard 4, you can just see a very thin line that indicates which artboard is active. Alright, so let's go to my practice here. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of these designs because we're going to redo them for the sake of the tutorial. Alright, so let's look and see what we have. We have Design 1, Artboard 1. Design 2, which we don't have anything. Artboard 2. Design 3. Artboard 3. Design 4, nothing's there. And artboard 4. For the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to draw Design 2 on artboard 4 so that I can show you how to copy and paste things to the correct layer and keep them in place. So let's focus on artboard 4. Let's look at the design so we can see how it looks. So this is the design that we're creating. Okay. I think I got it. Okay. So we'll divide the artboard in half, and just a rough estimate for now, for the sake of the tutorial. As we continue to work in the program, you'll learn how to use rulers and some other things to make sure everything's perfect. I'm just going to slide this down just a little bit. About right there. Okay, so the first thing we'll do is simply, supposed to be on artboard 4. Let's do Design 2. So let's edit, cut. I'm going to put Design 2, edit, paste in place. Don't forget, I wanted to put this in the wrong place to show you how to move things around. So we're putting Design 2 on artboard 4. Okay. Line segment tool. And don't forget, anytime we're doing line work, make sure that you have no fill and a black stroke or color stroke depending on what we're working on. So come here with these designs. Line. And we're creating each line from the same origin. And for the sake of the tutorial and time, I'm going to put more space in between my lines than you see on the original design. I notice I got a couple of points off. Direct selection tool allows you to move specific anchor points. So I'm just going to move those over. Okay. Now if you notice, this particular design, you have everything lined up on the side. They're not radiating from the same origin. So you can actually start from the line that you already have, and then you connect it to the side. And like I said, if we were using rulers, we will be getting this much more perfect and more precise as far as the space that's between each line. Okay, so now we have this. Next, is that we want the same thing on each side of the square. And this is a square, the space. Marquee my lines. A couple of things I can do. I can use my rotate tool. Click once on the origin you want these two pieces to rotate from, and I want them to rotate from the middle. Click once, drag my cursor so that it's on the line of the design. Hold down my option key. You notice you'll see the double arrow, which indicates clone. So I click, I hold, I drag, and I'm just going to hold my shift key so that it's straight. Now don't forget that we didn't measure this, so that's why it's off. So let's look at some things that we can do to correct it. Considering we're working with lines right now and not an image, I'm just going to, with everything selected, click, hold, drag it down so that it's in place, and click, hold, and drag it out. There you have it. You can continue to do the same thing, simply going to the rotate tool, click in the area you want it to rotate from, make sure you're on the line of the design, hold on your option key, click, hold, and drag. Right now I'm using my shortcut keys if you don't see me going over to the toolbar to select the tool. Click back on the origin, option key, click, hold, and drag so that it's straight. V key, this V is in vector or Victor. Push it in, pull it down. Just a little bit more right there, and you have the completed design. Let's go through another step for copying and pasting these and cloning. If you notice, I was doing a rotate and a clone at the same time, and that's just one way that you can do it. If you understand the copy and the flips, you can also use those as well. So let me see, let me go through just one of these. Marquee your objects, go to Object, Transform, and you can do a rotate or a reflect. Let's do a reflect and see what we have. When you're reflecting, you're doing a vertical reflect, so it's going to do a flip. You can also preview it. If you notice the preview. Now if you notice on the preview, notice how it just flipped it back and forth. Is that going to give us what we need? I don't think it is. So you can also do a rotate if the rotate is better. Let's cancel and see. Go to Object, Transform, Rotate. Because don't forget, we rotated manually before. And we're going to rotate. If you notice, that's our preview. I'll get rid of the preview. It seems like what we want, and if you notice, it's at a negative 90 degrees. We don't want to just press OK because it'll just change what we already have selected, but we want a copy of what we have selected. So I press copy, making sure that you select the actual objects that's still there and highlight it. I click, I hold, I use my shift key, drag it to the place I need it to be, slide it over some, up some. And I'm using my arrow keys to nudge it left and right. Pull over and pull down. So if you learn how to use the object and the transform, you can rotate and reflect as you need it. As long as you use the preview, then you can know whether or not you're getting what you need. Okay, that's it.